Okay, YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you how I'm upgrading my 55-gallon tank, just sitting right over here, to a 125, which is on its way right now. This is where my tank's at. You can see by the marks that are deeply embedded in the carpet. And here are all my friends. Alright, so how did I do this? A lot of planning. First thing I did, I knew from 55 to 125, of course, you need more water. Got these 3 sturdy brute bins. Started making RODI a couple weeks ago because I don't like to keep it on when I'm not home because I just plug it into my bathroom sink. 3 days ago, I started to mix the salt in. It's at temperature and it's ready to go. The guy with the stand is going to come in and I'll explain how I took out everything from my tank. So basically what I did, I bought this blue Walmart container and this black container. Now the first problem I ran into was that this black container leaked. And I didn't realize it till like 10 minutes later and my whole freaking kitchen was full of water. It wasn't too bad, but just make sure you leak test everything before you actually put the salt water in it. Put it in your bathtub and leak test it. I did that with the trash cans and with this one, but the specific one that I didn't leak test because I thought it was sturdy, that's the one that leaked. So I started to empty out everything. First I took out about a quarter of the water, and then I started picking the corals off. Whatever wasn't attached too strong, I want to take off the rocks. So when I re-aquascape, it'll be alright. I won't be mushing corals on top of each other and I'll be able to make the aquascape I want. I stopped in the middle because I realized that the wiring was crazy. Look at all that. That was all on my tank. This took me a good 35-40 minutes just to get it all out. Because I just got a little hole in the back of the tank. This stand that I turned into a TV stand because I just think it is a TV stand that I got from PetSmart, and it took me a long time to disassembling all the wiring, especially since I did do a cable management thing and I had everything connected into its place, and it was just, that was the hardest part. Then I emptied out half of my water and started to take out the corals while the pump was emptying it. Now I emptied a 55-gallon tank. I was using a what do they call it? MJ 1200 to do it. I was emptying it out little by little, but 55 gallons went really quick with that pump. Don't forget it's also going downward, so that helps a lot. It's not like pumping water back up into your tank, it's pumping it out. So every time I turned off the pump, it would siphon, so I had to take it out so it wouldn't just leak the whole tank into the bucket. I also suggest getting you a container that doesn't bowl like this one. It's not the sturdiest thing. That's why I got this black one, because it's very sturdy, but it leaked, so that didn't matter. Stuck with what I had. Once I got all the corals out, I started to take all the live rock, put some in the bucket, put some over there, and making sure not to smash any of my corals. I'm sorry that I couldn't show it while I was doing it, but I am doing this alone, and let me tell you something, your apartment is gonna look like a freaking mess. Let me tell you. It's a good thing my girlfriend isn't home. So I couldn't show you, but I'll at least explain it. When I had just a few inches left and I got all the live rock out, I started to pick out all the crabs and the snails, trying to save as much of my clean crew as I can. And then I took another bucket and I started to scoop the sand out into there, which is all in here. Now I did buy another a good 60 pounds of sand to have it new, but I figured I would mix in some of the old, add some new. I mean, not as much for the bacteria, just to save a little bit, even though, like, thinking back, maybe I should have just bought all new sand. As they say, you can release the nitrates, because what happens is you have your sand bed, and there's poop and crap and piss and all that shit just buried inside it. And essentially when you're taking out the sand, you're releasing all those nitrates back into the water. So you gotta rinse it. I rinsed it with about 10 gallons of water. I just kept on rinsing and rinsing and rinsing and rinsing and rinsing. It's still not clear. It's a little better, but I do have the finest sand, so I'm not sure if it would ever be completely clear. So I rinsed that out, and then I was able to take the tank finally off of the stand. I moved the sand out of the way, and now in its place will go my 125. Now you see over those are shims. I bought from Home Depot because I know this floor isn't completely level, so those will help me level it out. I'm gonna put the stand up, then stick the sump in it, make sure it's level. Then I'm gonna put the tank on top, make sure it's still level, and when he finally comes, I'll show you how I continued.